Most tourists dream of calm seas and sunny skies when they book a cruise, but there's a different breed of traveler out there, those who crave the real thing. Raw ocean power, towering waves, howling winds, and that incredible feeling of sailing straight through nature's fury. Can you actually encounter storms on cruises? Absolutely. Can you do it intentionally while staying safe? Yes, if you know where to go, when to travel, and which ships to choose. In this video, we're diving into real routes and vessels where you can experience genuine maritime storms. The best part? It's completely legal, surprisingly comfortable, and gives you that adrenaline rush without putting your life at risk. While regular cruise ships dodge storms by hundreds of miles, the Queen Mary 2 sails straight through them. This isn't just any ship, it's the last true ocean liner of its kind. Built not for entertainment, but to challenge the Atlantic itself. Wind, massive swells, 30-foot waves. That's just another Tuesday for this beast. Every spring and fall, Queen Mary 2 crosses between New York and Southampton. And every single time, you might hit serious weather. The September and October sailings are legendary among storm seekers. You won't find any water parks here, but you will find nights where you're gripping the walls walking down corridors, listening to wind screaming past your porthole, feeling like a real seafarer. This ship was purpose-built for Atlantic crossings in any weather. We're talking reinforced hull, deep draft, and speeds up to 30 knots. No other passenger vessel on Earth matches its stability in open ocean conditions. The route takes 7 nights from New York to Southampton, and your best chances for storms are October through December and March through April. In these waters, storms aren't rare. They're practically guaranteed. Back in November 2011, Queen Mary 2 hit a massive storm with 30-foot waves and 60-mile-per-hour winds. The ship never even slowed down. Passengers said everything was bolted down, but you could still feel that incredible power of the ocean. Despite the conditions, they arrived exactly on schedule. If you want almost guaranteed storms, book an expedition cruise to Antarctica. To reach the South Pole, every ship must cross the Drake Passage, 500 miles of open ocean between Cape Horn and the Antarctic Peninsula. This is where 3 oceans collide, the Atlantic, Pacific, and Southern Ocean, creating some of the most violent seas on Earth. The journey from Ushuaia, Argentina to Antarctica means 2 full days crossing the Drake Passage each way. Cruises run from November through March, and your chances of hitting storms? Up to 80%. Just this past March, the Ocean Explorer was crossing the Drake Passage when passengers got way more than they bargained for. Instead of penguins, they found 40-foot waves. Video footage shows people getting thrown into walls, restaurant furniture flying around, crew members clinging to handrails for dear life. The captain held course. This is what they call the Drake Shake, and it's just reality for Antarctic expeditions. One passenger wrote, "It was terrifying, but I'd do it again in a heartbeat, because I felt truly alive." Routes around South America that include Cape Horn offer another serious challenge for storm seekers. Even in good weather, waves here typically run over 15 feet. During storms, we're talking 30 to 40 feet. These cruises run from December through March, connecting Santiago to Buenos Aires or vice versa. Your storm chances are extremely high when rounding Cape Horn. In January 2020, Holland America's Zaandam got caught in a cyclone near Cape Horn. Winds hit 60 miles per hour, decks were sealed off, and water was splashing against windows on the 6th deck. But the cruise continued as planned. That's just life in these waters. Picture this, January in the North Sea, dark, wet, and cold. Storm Eowyn in January 2025 was the first red wind warning Britain had issued in years. Ships traveling from Southampton to the Norwegian fjords found themselves right in the middle of nature's assault. Even powerful P and O and Saga ships had to slow down, shelter in fjords, and cancel port stops. But for those on board, this became the adventure story they'll tell for the rest of their lives. Passengers stood on deck gripping the railings, getting knocked around by the motion, but loving every second of it. Winter cruises in the North Atlantic include routes like Southampton to the Norwegian fjords, Iceland to Britain, and Reykjavik to Bergen to Hamburg. These are your tickets to northern storms without the Antarctica commitment. In January 2024, Saga's Spirit of Discovery hit 60-mile-per-hour winds in the North Sea. Serious rolling motion, seasickness for some passengers, but the captain maintained course with minimal adjustments. Just this past March, Norwegian's brand new ship Aqua couldn't even make it to Boston on schedule for its premiere. Extreme North Atlantic weather delayed their transatlantic crossing. That's how brutal winters can be in these latitudes. Storms in Alaska are actually pretty rare. Juneau might see a serious weather event only once every couple of years, but when they do hit, they're absolutely memorable. This past June in Juneau Harbor, we saw one of the most dramatic situations in recent memory. A storm squall with 60-mile-per-hour winds, the first storm warning in Juneau's history. Celebrity Edge actually broke free from its moorings and started drifting toward other ships before the captain expertly regained control. Nobody got hurt and no damage occurred, but everyone on board got a serious dose of adrenaline and newfound respect for the crew's skills. People always ask about Icon of the Seas, Wonder of the Seas, MSC World Europa, these massive floating cities. Aren't they storm-proof? Sure, they're huge, but they're designed primarily for warm weather regions like the Caribbean, Mediterranean, and Persian Gulf. Their routes actively avoid storms, and when bad weather threatens, captains will turn around, skip ports, or completely change course. These ships occasionally encounter rough weather, but it's the exception, not the rule. Ocean travel isn't always about relaxation. Sometimes it's about challenge. And for some travelers, that challenge is exactly what makes it incredible. The key is choosing the right ship, the right route, and the right time of year to safely experience the ocean's raw power. Whether you're crossing the Atlantic on Queen Mary 2, braving the Drake Passage to Antarctica, or weathering North Atlantic winter storms, these experiences will give you stories that last a lifetime and a deep respect for the incredible force of nature that covers most of our planet.